Hey guys, I am back. I'm back with a quick video on how to do guild battle. I'm going to get into the technical details. We're going to go over top-ins. We're going to go over the precise time-ins. I'm going to do a quick run that shows the full thing in full speed, and then we're going to slow it down, show the exact spots where you need to hit for Slingshot to activate and Shark to survive. And I waited till now because I wanted to get to a high enough dragon, right? At level 58, this is higher than most people will reach dragons, right, outside of the top 300, and Shark will absolutely survive. So here is the first run. This is going to be uninterrupted, but still, we're going to talk about it a little bit. You need to make sure that if you are following this precise run, that your Dark Choco has a cooldown of 2%. And you don't really want to go over 2%, because if you go over 2%, you're going to cast Dark Choco's skill too late, and he will not get in the correct position. He will not shift over in front of Shark to protect Shark from getting hit right here, and Shark will get killed. There's also an important note on Shark's cooldown. I'm going to show you Dark Choco, and I'm going to show you Shark's cooldowns a little later, so stick around. Make sure you see these top-ins, because the top-ins matter. If the top-ins are not precise, if you don't hit the exact points, you will die. We've tested this out with a lot of our friends in our guild. A lot of them have trouble if they miss the mark even slightly, right? So, Dark Choco with a 2% cooldown. Let's go. We need to hit it right on this line. If you hit before this line, you will not get the minions to bounce, and if you go a little later, he will not slide over to the right to cover Shark Sorbet. Vamp has to go here at around 7 or 8 o'clock. And the next important part, when you are using Shark, you want Shark to go right here between 9 and 10. Closer to 9 o'clock preferably if you have a lower cooldown. You can get closer to 10 if you have a higher cooldown. Gives you a little wiggle room. So, watch, I'm going to slow it down here. Because that 2% cooldown and hitting that line, the minions bounce. Both of them. Okay? Now, that gives you that little bit of extra time to pull off Vamp, and for Shark to cast Shark's skill right there before Shark would be hit and killed. So, the details matter, right? You have to hit that exact moment with Dark Choco. If you miss it, Dark Choco will slide to the wrong place. It's weird, the timing matters that much, but sometimes Dark Choco will slide to the left if you cast it any later than that. Let's look at the top-ins like I mentioned. First one, we're going to go to Dark Choco Cookie. 2% cooldown is what I'm running. So if you want to hit it right on that line, and I find it easier to just aim for that line, you want to go 2%. You can go a little lower than 2% and it still works. You just got to make sure the minions bounce, right? But I find 2% to work the best. If you go higher, if you're around 3%, it doesn't work. Sometimes he shifts to the left, like I said, and not right, and Shark gets killed early. Let's look at Shark. I have an 8.5% cooldown. I'm going full attack because I'm going to try to get as much damage as possible. I want to get higher attack percentage. I want to get higher crit percentage. But for now, I am using a high cooldown of 8.5%. Why is that? The high cooldown of 8.5% allows me to miss my timing. So I'm not always going to hit 9 o'clock. If I hit 10 o'clock, I'll still survive. You can go lower cooldown. You can go 2-3%, but then you have to absolutely hit at 9 o'clock. And if you're any later than 9 o'clock, you miss and Shark dies. So here we go. This is an example of where I went a little late with Shark. So I still got my timing with DC just perfect, but I went at like 10 o'clock there with Shark. Now this is cutting it close. If I don't have that 8.5% cooldown, Shark probably would have died here, right? The cooldown matters just to give you that little safety net. And Shark barely survives. So, like I said, Dark Choco, probably the most important part of this run. Have Dark Choco at 2%, have Dark Choco hit right on that line, so Dark Choco shifts to the right, and make sure Dark Choco also hits on that line, so both minions bounce. And in that 8.5% cooldown, the higher you can get cooldown wise for Sorbet Shark, right? If you can get the 7%, you can get that 8%, then you have a little more wiggle room. If you're not going to be able to hit 9 o'clock exactly on Slingshot and you might accidentally hit 10 o'clock, Sorbet will still survive. Thanks for checking out this video.